Hey, it's me, Uncle Ricky, you know, that old dude. Man, I'm going to run my mouth a little bit, and you're probably not going to. Some might like it, some might not, but really, I'm old enough, I'm at that point in life where I just really don't care. But, the migrant situation in America, it's coming to a head. It should have come to a head a long time ago. Actually, it should have come to a head and come to some kind of legal change, formal referendum in our immigration policy, in the process of immigrants seeking American citizenship, seeking asylum or relocation or whatever. But it's become a problem because of several different factors, and a lot of it has to do with our Congress, our American political system, even our religious beliefs. We have come to an assumption, I think really even on both sides, the left and the right, that, you know, America is for Americans, but what the hell is an American? Nobody here except for the Native Americans can claim ancestral link to the land. We all came here from somewhere else, not as an individual. Well, I can't even say that because a lot of naturalized citizens came from somewhere else. But even people that are born in America, our roots, if we go back far enough, our families came from other places. You know, but we're so all mixed up, and we're so all ingrained in the, you know, the patriotism and America do or die, America, you know, forever, God bless America. All the sayings, all the trappings, and we feel like that we are being threatened and pushed out of place by people that are doing the same thing that our ancestors, not even hundreds of years removed, in most cases a couple of years removed. A couple of generations removed, I don't mean years, a couple of generations removed did it. So what gives us the right to say, hey, this land is just for us, and, you know, nobody else can get in it, nobody can benefit from it. The only way you can come is to be passing through, and we got to have, you know, ways to make sure you do that. And you got to understand that while you're here, you're second-class citizens. The Americans come first. Well, you know, maybe that might be like, you know, sound good to some people in theory, but then you have to think about, well, if Americans come first, are you saying all Americans? Or even at that point, are you saying that everyone that's born in America is an American? 14th Amendment says that being born within the confines of the United States or United States territory makes you an American citizen. But there's a lot of people that want to suspend the 14th Amendment and create a testing system, a panel for everyone to earn the right to be an American. And you wonder why, after all these years, after you know, all the wars that were fought, all the things that are said in the Constitution, all the things that were said in the Declaration of Independence, why is this anti-democracy movement gaining strength? And basically the only reason is the rich want to keep getting richer, and certain people want to make this nation only not available, but only practical, only profitable for certain people. And the fascist movement is pushing white, Christian, rich people as the people that should rule, as the people that should get the biggest chunks of the profit, as the people that should decide who gets anything else. Those are the people that decide who gets to stay free, and those are the people that get to decide who goes to jail, who gets locked into concentration camps or gulags, as one, outstanding Attorney General under Trump, if he gets to be president, has said. He said he's going to open concentration camps. He's going to start gulags, and he's going to put all the anti-Trump, all the people that did anything to Trump, all the people that his people deem unworthy, that his people deem threats to the MAGA way, into those camps. Now, what happens after you get in the camps, or how you get treated while you're in the camps, nobody knows. But Trump is already talking about executions for some of his enemies. General Milley, he keeps saying that Milley should be executed for treason, and Milley committed no treason. Trump came closer to, or probably did commit treason. Milley just tried to protect the country and the integrity of the United States military. He did his job. Trump did not do his job. But yet, and still, for a certain portion of the country, even though Trump is 4 times indicted on the state, 2 on state, 2 on federal, with 91 charges cumulatively through all 4 indictments, they want him, and they're probably going to nominate him to be the president of the United States of America. Now, how this pans out in the next election, I wish I could tell you that Trump has no chance of winning, but I can't tell you that. Oh, there's a lot of anti-Trump feelings, but with all the maneuvering, with all the political trickery going on, we have no idea, as important as this next election is, how it's going to turn out. But basically, it boils down to America remaining a democratic republic based on democracy, or a fascist state under the rule of Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. Theocracy, authoritarianism, the right-wing evangelicals think that this is the second coming, that Trump is going to, if he's not the Messiah, he's going to make America ready to usher in the second coming. But I mean, this is all philosophical. This is not based on reality. It's based on faith. It's based on religion. It's based on philosophy. Just like liberals, want to base America on all socialist programs, while the people in the middle are the ones paying the majority of the taxes, doing the majority of the work, and they're the ones that are about to get slighted the worst by both sides, because Republicans don't want Social Security, they don't want Medicare, they don't want SNAP, they don't want anything where they feel like their money is given somebody for free, when they feel like they earned their money the hard way, when most of them are illegitimate legacy bastards that have earned their wealth from their daddies, their granddaddies, on and on and on. They're in families that they don't have to work, unless you want to consider, pointing your finger and saying, buy this, sell that, invest in this, take our money out of that, as hard work. Whereas people are working 2 and 3 jobs, doing physical labor, doing everything from flipping burgers to making airplanes, in order to survive in the economy that was created by people in DC and molded by influences around the world. The chickens are coming home to roost. America has put out so much bullshit, said so much, tried to wear the mask of land of the free, the home of the brave for so long. And they never did anything to really support it. Yeah, we fought in wars. We won a couple of world wars. We freed a bunch of people. We went through, Central and South America. We went through Southeast Asia, getting involved in this fray, that fray, for the sake of trying to stop communism and take democracy into some of these nations. And in the process, we backed all kinds of irreputable dictators and presidents as long as they said, oh yeah, we're going to hold elections. The people are going to decide who's going to be the leader. And for some reason, those people seem to be leaders for decades, or their offspring, filled in when they couldn't anymore. But yet and still, they have free elections. Nobody said they had to be fair. We are a democracy. But America is starting to get the same way. They want elections, but they only want certain people to be able to vote in elections so that they can predict the outcome, so that they can form the outcome without having to go through all of the manipulations that they're doing now with the gerrymandering. They gerrymander 2 states, gets taken to court, and they end up having to redistrict 1 state. They never get ahead because they are not the majority, they are the minority. And instead of trying to show people the benefits of their plans, they double down and close ranks on the idea that it's all for us and none for you. And they expect everybody else to take it because they are rich, they are for the majority white, or they are for the majority Christian. It's madness. America is composed of so many different, just about anything that is recognized as a ethnic entity in the world has representation in the United States. Whether, resident, natural born, alien, there are so many different banners under the stars and stripes that there is no way that one religion or one political philosophy can be in total control of everything. There's no way that the minority should rule the majority and expect the country to take it. The chickens have come home to roost. Malcolm X said it. Dick Gregory talked about it. We have talked so much shit for so long to so many people, and now when it's time for us to stand up to our own values, we can't even stand up to the values that we preach to everybody else in our own country. Legal, or they want to push it to where only people that look like them or look like what they think leaders should look like actually get a chance to run or actually get a chance to take office. There was a town in, I believe it was Alabama, Mississippi, where a black mayor won for the first time in the history of the town. And because the white citizens there of the outgoing government didn't believe that a black man should run the town or a black person should run the town, they locked him out of his office for almost 2 years. The Supreme Court has told the state of Alabama that their voting districting maps are basically racist towards black people. Black people should have more representation in the state of Alabama, but you carved up the voting district so bad purposely to dilute the black voting strength that it will never happen. So you got to redraw the maps. And the state of Alabama basically told the Supreme Court, up yours. But yet still, every time the There's a Second Amendment victory for the gun rights nuts in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the greatest thing in the world. You can't have it both ways. If the Supreme Court is going to be the final authority, the Supreme Court is going to be the final authority in all matters. The problem is that we have to make sure that there are unbiased judges on the Supreme Court. You can be a conservative, you can be a liberal in your political philosophy, but if you sit on the Supreme Court, the law should be the only thing that matters, because supposedly the representatives of the people, when they make the laws, they have the people in mind. Unfortunately, a large percentage of our congressional representatives only have, and that's on both sides, only have themselves or the people that pay them under the table in mind when they make laws. And then the third part is the average citizen either doesn't care or is too trusting of the people that they put into the position to make the laws that govern their lives. That's where the chickens have come home to roost on the American population. We have a system that can work. We have a system that if we enforce the values of the system, put the values of the system over the values of the individual, it can do good things for the entire country. But as long as we as citizens don't value our vote, or we throw up our hands in defeat, because until they say different, until that dictator actually takes over and suspends the Constitution, the citizens really have all the power. We just fail to use it. My vote doesn't count, or they don't give a shit about Spanish people. They don't give a shit about black people. They don't give a shit about Asians. They don't give a shit about poor people. They don't give a shit about, whatever. No. It's not the system not giving a shit. It's the people not giving a shit. We have the opportunity. We have the skills. We have the methods. They're all laid out in black and white. What it is, the people have lost the will to enforce their will on their representatives. How do people, if people really gave a damn about seriously being governed, how do people like Tommy Tuberville, Marjorie Taylor Greene, George Santos, get in power, and in some cases stay in power? How do we put up with senators like Menendez from New Jersey that have openly used their office to enrich themselves? How do we put up with disasters for president like Donald John Trump? All because they come out and they say stuff to appeal to our personal petty grievances. All because they come out and scare us into believing that they are the only ones that can fix the problems, when they don't even have the idea, the conception, or the motivation to fix their own damn breakfast. If you keep putting people that have never ever had to prove anything in their lives, or if you keep putting people that their entire history involves sucking the life out of everything and everybody around them, when you give them the power of Congress or Senate or the presidency or a seat on the highest court in the land, what makes you think that they are not going to continue to suck the life out of the country? Well, that's it. That's me. That's all I got to say for now. So until next time, peace out and God bless from Uncle Ricky at Uncle Ricky's house.